Hey guys, welcome back to another Pokemon tier listing. Today we are going to be doing Generation 8. Generation 8 is a little different because not only do we have one region in the Galar region, but we also go back in time into Ancient Sinnoh with the Hisuian region. And we're going to start things off with Galarian Meowth. Galarian Meowth much better than Alolan Meowth, but it's not that good. I don't like it that much. Hisuian Rock or Growlithe, A tier, dude. He's got this nice little comb over hat, not comb over, but hairdo going on. Solid. Arcanine, they like took some of his original design aspects, made him rock fire. Same with Growlithe, but just looks more menacing. The hair's a little goofy, but it makes sense for the design they were going for. So I like it a lot. I like it more than normal Arcanine. Galarian Ponyta is D tier, and so is Galarian Rapidash. They took like the best fire type and just ruined it, in my opinion. Ponyta is C. It's not bad. I can see how people like it, but Rapidash's main just doesn't make it. Hippo Pokemon, of course, Galarian Slowpoke and Slowbro. We're gonna go in A tier, dude. They made him, what is it? I think water poison, or is he psychic poison? I don't remember. But I do like, they changed him just enough to make him different, and I like it a lot. Galarian Farfetch, B tier, used him on my team when I went through Galar the first time. Getting him into Surfetch, must need evolution. He looks the same as normal Farfetch, just a little, just darker with a bigger leak. So I do like Farfetch's design, even though he's not that good of a Pokemon. We got Hisuian Voltorb. It doesn't, it makes sense, but also, why are they looking like Pokeballs? I don't like it because they shouldn't look like Pokeballs if Pokeballs were just being created. There's no reason for something to evolve to be looking like Pokeballs for Hisuian, Electrode, and Voltorb. I get that they're apricots and that they're wood, just like the Pokeballs back then were, but how long have Pokeballs been around? They can't be that long, because if you play the games, they just kind of became a thing, so... Yeah, those guys are going to go in C tier just because of the concept. Doesn't make sense. Galarian Weezing is great. I love his top hats. Weezing's a good Pokemon. I like the color palette, the green and the grayish blue. Great idea. Just everything about Galarian Weezing is great. Galarian Mr. Mime. Somehow they made Mr. Mime look worse. I don't know how they did it. Making him ice type, I don't understand it. But why? He just looks more out of place in the Pokemon region. All the Galarian legendary birds can go into A tier. Zapdos goes at the end. Moltres goes at the front. They just took coolish designs, basic designs, and made them top tier level of awesome. These three got the Dark Phoenix, the Sniper Articuno, and the Roadrunner. Great ideas, great designs, like them all. Hisuian Typhlosion. Now, I'm going to put him at B. Because Typhlosion's design itself is kind of basic, so it's going to go B. And they don't do too much. They just make the flames different colors and make them look a little more sad. So, and I use Hisuian Typhlosion. But, yeah, he just kind of looks, it's not as... it's just the design. Typhlosion's design itself is kind of basic. Slowking, again, he can go chill with my Galarian Slowking. He can chill with my other Hippo homies. Again, this one was a little bit less. I'm going to put him behind Slowbro because they didn't change him as much as they changed Slowbro. They took the tail off Slowbro, made him a cannon. They just kind of lowered the shell on top of Slowking's head. So I'm gonna put him there. Hisuian Quillfish, that's a great design. I like the purple and the darker blue. It might be black. It really makes him look more menacing. I do like that design. Hisuian Sneasel. It's not bad. Again, it doesn't change. But I think I like the red more than I like the purple. No, I like the purple more. But I do like Sneasel, Hisuian Sneasel, more than I like Sneasel. I'll tell you that right now. Galarian Corsola. This is a great idea. I love the concept here. Again, it's just Corsola, kind of basic design. It's a Gen 2 design, kind of basic. But the concept of dead coral and becoming a ghost type is great. The Galarian Zigzagoon and Lanoon. Yes, we're just rocking out right now. We're going to be part of KISS later, I'll tell you what. Again, Samurai, this is better than normal Samurai. I think the darker, edgy vibes of him is great. The problem is, I mean, they didn't do too much to Samurai. Same with Typhlosion. They did change Decidueye a lot, but they didn't change Samurai and Typhlosion that much. Hisuian Lilligant, do I like it better than normal Lilligant? I guess. Do I like its design? Too human. I don't like it. Like, I mean, it's just too... Looks like a jester. I don't know if it's supposed to be a jester. But it's not for me. It's just too frail looking, I guess. Hisuian... I don't know if this is a Hisuian Basculin or if it's just a blue stripe Basculin, if that's what we want to call it. We'll call it Hisuian Basculin for now, but the blue, or not blue stripe, or white stripe, whatever it is, light blue stripe, because I think it's red and blue normally. So we're just going to put it B. I mean, it's just Basculin with a different color. So, Galarian Darmanitan and Darumaka. You know, Darumaka doesn't change that much. It just turns white, which is great. Kind of almost like a shiny coloration, but it's not. But then we get Afro, Fire, Ice, Galarian Darmanitan. Great Pokemon. I used him. He's hilarious. Love everything about it. Becomes a snowman. He's got an afro normally. Galarian Yamask. I mean, it's just Yamask with a different rock or it's a rock instead of a mask. I do like it, but you know, again, they didn't do too much with this. But his evolution, great. These are A tier designs. Top Hisuian Zora and Zoroark. Zora better. Plus, they made him normal ghost. Like, what a crazy typing. That's what you need to be. These are great designs. The white and red, you know, they kept that red aspect. It just, they're like, let me take the black and make it white. It's just great. I like these designs a lot. Stunfisk, you know, Galarian Stunfisk. It's Stunfisk, man. Team Sablog, you know what I mean? But he's Bear Trap. I do like that more, and he falls in trap. I like that. So, I mean, I gotta give him a little bit more credit. I like him more than Hisuian Lilligant. Get in front, Stunfisk. Hisuian Braviary. Now, Red, White, and Blue Eagle is dope. But Hisuian Braviary's psychic little feathers and the gray and white, that is also dope. So I'm going to give it to him. We got Hisuian Sliggoo. I remembered it this time. You know, I like that he's hiding in his shell. Much better than normal Sliggoo. Just because it gives more, there's more to him than just a slimy shell on his back. Now, Hisuian Goodra, I mean, it changes. I liked it. I think I had it on my team when I played. I liked Hisuian Goodra. The problem is that, like, I mean, his tail just becomes metal. You know, he doesn't change that much for it being a different form. So I like it, but I also like Goodra a little bit. So it's different, but not that different. Hisuian Avalugg. Do I like? You know, it's just Avalugg. Avalugg still make. So my problem with Avalugg. We're gonna put it behind these guys. Problem with Avalugg is that it was flat. It's flat on the top. But they gave him big old metal sheets on front. It's still flat though, so I'm gonna have to put him mid B tier. Hisuian Decidueye. You know, I'm gonna put this at. You know, no, I'm not put it. I didn't use it, so I can't put it in go. But great design. You know, they made it autumn colors. They made him a friggin' what is this? A warrior, fighting type. You know, that's a great change from the ghost type. The autumn colors, like I said before, great. You know, they just made my archer change seasons, I guess. Now, we will put these three in goats. Grookey, Thwampy, and Rillaboom. You want to hit the drums. These are your boys, okay? These are, you know, cute little monkey evolves into a more well-defined monkey. Like, I think the transition here is perfect. Now, from Thwacky to Rillaboom, little off-putting, but it's still a great transition. The only problem with Rillaboom is the stupid drums that he pulls out. I don't know if we could have made him look better, but, like, it's not actually part of the Pokemon. So, like, as you see, the drums aren't here. But when they pull the drums out, it does look a little goofy. But, you know, you get past that. We got Scorbunny. Scorbunny's solid Pokemon. Reboot, that's Naruto right there. He just or Sasuke. He looks more like Sasuke. He's a ninja. Look at him. Cinderace, also, you know, the soccer player aesthetic, I don't really. I understand that, like, it's a European. I don't get, like, why is he a soccer player? I don't know. I guess it's a European thing, and that's why. But so, I get it for that point. But not me. there's a lot of people like him. I respect it. Sobble is a nice little design. Again, he kind of falls into like him and Scorbunny have like these like appendages that look like they could rip off really easily. So I don't like that with Pokemon. I just for whatever reason it just doesn't look like a Pokemon when that happens. So like and then I mean this thing is garbage. It's hot doo doo butter. Like why do they think Sobble evolved into Drizzile like that and give him stupid looking gloves and emo phase? I don't know. And then God, Inteleon's also bad. Like why is like so like I'm talking about how everything looks frail. These 3 Pokemon literally just like frail arms and legs. Whole body just looks frail. Look like you ripped in half. Don't like these Pokemon. Except Sobble. Sobble's cool. He can chill. Squavit, little chunky little squirrel. Like its design. I mean, it's just kind of a basic squirrel, but I like its design. And Greedent is not as good. I'm not. He looks too happy to be out here. Like the cheeks go away, and that kind of like the butt face that Squavit has kind of works. Greedent doesn't have that. He just becomes fat and lazy. So it is what it is. Rookidee, right? Rookidee, yeah. Do I like Rookidee A tier? I don't think it's an A tier design. I do think like the Squire, like the chest kind of pieces, great idea. Rookidee, a little weird. He just got the mask going on. A little. I mean, he kind of looks like a little ball, and that's kind of weird with legs. And I don't like that about it. Corvisquire, much better improvement on Bird. He still looks like he's a basic, so his design's not improved that much. Basic design, but it does give much improvement from Rookidee. Now, Corviknight is a GOAT. That Steel Bird, better of the 2 Steel Birds in my opinion. Skarmory's cool. Corviknight's cooler. That's and shiny Corviknight is just great. Carried me through one of my playthroughs of the galleries and nothing but high praise for Corviknight. Blipbug. Again, he looks frail. It's a good design, but he looks frail, and I don't like. I get it that he's a bug, but he looks too thin to be bug. Look at every other like caterpillar Pokemon. Like maybe I guess Weedle, but like they still got thicker like portions. This guy's just skinny all the way around. Now, Dottler, I like this cocoon design. It's probably one of the best cocoon Pokemon that we got. Pupitar's probably ahead of him, but I do like this design because he's not necessarily in a cocoon. He's more like a shell, but it's the cocoon stage. And then Orbeetle's cool. I like it more this not Cinderace, Raboot. It being like an extraterrestrial alien ladybug. I like that a lot. And then we get Swiper, No Swiping, Nickit, and Thievul. These are great designs, just weak Pokemon in my opinion. Not they're basic. They're starting Pokemon, so they're weak, and that hinders where I put them in the B tier. But the fact that they're a thief fox, that's just Swiper, dude. This is Gossifleur and Gossa something. D tier. The colors don't work for me on the first one. Gossifleur and Gossa. God, why can't I think the name? Gossiflower. I don't know. Whatever. These Pokemon are forgettable. The red, yellow, green doesn't work for me here, and then just the yellow and the yellow greenish just looks bad. Wooloo, great design. Dubwool, great design. Like second, is it the second best starting normal type? Probably, in my opinion. I do like them a lot. Choodle, I used Choodle the first time I played through. Choodle, the head, I get that his head's supposed to be big, but like his whole mouth is his head too. I get that makes sense because his jaw, but like, yeah, something about me just kind of throws up. Do like him. Maybe it's the unibrow. I don't know. Something about it is just kind of keeping me from putting him into A tier. But Dreadnought can sit right behind Galarian and Zigzagoon. Always like Zigzagoon, so he's not going to pass him. But the robotic kind of looks like a robot, but he's not. He's a rock, Chompers. I do like that a lot. Yamper. I'll give Yamper some love just because the anime, he was the dude there every now and then. Boltund. I mean, like. Oh man, again, another Pokemon that I get that he's a lean dog. I don't know why, but he just looks too lean in my thing. I just don't like it when Pokemon gets lean. Throws a little bit out the window. Roly-Poly, what a great name. Love that. Roly-Poly instead of Roly-Poly. he gets A tier for that alone. The design's just a pile of coal with an eyeball, basic, but the name is great. Carcoal, another great name. It's a car monster made of coal. What else do you need? And then Colossal. It's a Colossus type, or not Colossus type, Colossus sized Pokemon. And his name is, he's made of coal, and his name's Colossal. It's a great, this chain of Pokemon are great. Like, the name scheming was perfect. Flapple, or this is App, because that's Flapple. This Appleton, Applin. Is this Applin? Yeah, I think it's Applin. It's just an apple, and I understand that we'll go behind. No, I like Corvus Choir more. Appleton, I want to like it. This doesn't seem, or Appleton. No, not Appleton. I don't know. Applin, whatever. The worm inside, the Pokemon being the worm inside of the apple is a nifty idea, but something about him, I don't necessarily. Maybe it's his evolutions don't necessarily like. I like the design of Flapple, but he's too frail. And then Appleton, I'm not the biggest fan of his. He's a chunky boy, but I ain't the biggest fan of his design. And, and it kind of makes me not want to use them. So these guys go B tier. They're solid on, and I see why people like them, but not necessarily for me completely. Silicobra. I don't like Silicobra that much. His head's too big. He kind of falls in the same thing as Choodle. I'm going to put him down under Rookie D. His head's just too big, and his body's so thin that just throws me off. But Sandaconda, him being ready to pounce at a moment's notice, this is a great design. Used him in my first playthrough, maybe my second. I think it was my first playthrough, and he was key player on my team. Cramorant, yeah. I don't like his design. I do like that he holds was it Aerocuda in his mouth when he fires his attacks. But yeah, besides that he's just goofy. And I guess he's supposed to look goofy, but it doesn't work for me. Aerocuda, nah, he's high B. Again, thin, but this one's kind of different because he's like a minnow, and minnows are actually thin. And then Barraskewda, the Barracuda, looks menacing. I just wish he was stronger, more bulky. I mean, he hits hard, but he just can't live a hit. So Toxel, we get baby. It's a good baby. But what I do know, actually, I'm gonna put him. So when I saw this guy, I was like, this, because I didn't look up Toxtricity at all. I was like, this guy's got to evolve into something awesome. So I once I got Toxtricity, I was like, and this is the Amphaur. I like the Amphaur way more. That's a go. He's ready to shred on the guitar, dude. He ain't no bass player. That's the low amp form. What is it? I don't know. Yeah, I think it's the amp form. Low amp form. But this Pokemon, Poison Electric, is such a cool typing. Carried me through my first playthrough. I had him and Rillaboom on the same squad, and they were in the band together, dude. Drums and guitar. Sizzlipede. Sizzlipede's a cool Pokemon. I like him a lot. He's flat, but he's not thin. He's a thicker boy, so I like this design a lot more. And then Centiskorch. Centiskorch is, man, is it my favorite bug type? The centipede Pokemon, like him and Scolipede, really do like them a lot. Like both of them a lot. Clobbopus. Do I like Clobbopus? We'll put him in the middle. I get that he's a baby, and I guess he's a fighter, and Grapplock is a wrestler. Now, I'm a wrestler, but he's a wrestler. His wrestling background is really makes you want to think it's more like WWE, and I'm like an actual, like freestyle, or not freestyle, folk style wrestler. That's, the difference, if you guys know. But the problem with him is that he's not water type, and why did they just make him pure fighting? And he's kind of slow. A lot of like battle problems with him, I guess. Then we go to Sinistea. I do like the name. It is just a cup, but I do like the name a lot. I do like the design. Poltegeist, I don't like this as much as I like Sinistea. I don't know what about it. Maybe it's because it's showing more. And Sinistee is like the cup, whereas Poltegeist is like the thing inside the cup. So I don't know why I don't like it as much, but it's not as good as Sinistea. Hatene or Hatena. Uh, eh. The hair is just got a, it's an antenna, but it's also like a hat. What is it? Hat trim. Okay, this Pokemon looks incredibly weak. A little better, and then I don't. Something about Hatterene that just doesn't do it for me. I don't know if it's because it's like the hair. It just looks like it wouldn't be that good because it can't move. Impidimp. God, I just looked. Grimmsnarl and Impidim's a cool, the Fairy Dark. I don't know if it's the Fairy Dark yet. I do like Impidimp more. God, what is your name? Grimmsnarl is baller. He goes behind Centiskorch, but the Fairy Dark type is a great design, and to make it like an evil fairy makes sense. God, I wish I could remember Impidim's evolution's name, but the green and pink just doesn't work for me here. And then this is like mostly green, mostly blue with green, and that kind of works for me. And he just looks scary, but also like powerful at the same time. Then we got Obstagoon. He's an obstacle. He's a goat. That's what he is. He's ready to be my lead singer in my band. That's what I'm talking about. They did so much music in Pokemon in the Galar region. I'll tell you what. We got Berserker. I like Persian more. Much more. Berserker, I guess, as he normal steel. I don't remember. But why? I don't know why they gave him Meowth for the second, a second regional form. It just blew my mind. Cursula, great design. I do like this, that the dead coral reef just grows and gets bigger. I like that design. That's so cool. It's a great idea. Whoever came with that, kudos. We get Sirfetch'd. Sirfetch'd gets to go into the goats of the Galar region, or I guess Gen 8 because there's also Hisuian Pokemon. He landed the maximum amount of crits for what I needed to do. Great Pokemon. I love Sirfetch'd. Farfetch'd finally got evolution, and they made him a Regal Knight. Great. Mr. Mime is much better than actually Galarian Mr. Mime, but not good enough. We're putting him in C. Top of C, though, because they changed him up enough, but why? He didn't need to exist. That's the problem. Runagrigus, great Pokemon. They changed him so much up from Cofagrigus. I was like, Yanmask looks almost the same. And then when he evolves into Runagrigus, I was like, whoa, he looks nothing like what I thought he was going to look like. So he pleasantly surprised me. Milcery, I guess the gimmick's cool, but besides him, he's just a forgettable Pokemon. And then Alcremie, the fact that there's so many of them that you could choose from does give a variety to the game. But again, kind of forgettable Pokemon in my opinion. He does get a Gigantamax form, but his Gigantamax form isn't that. He just becomes a big cake. So, Phalanx, they made Spartans in Pokemon, and I'm all here for it. They based it off the Spartan Phalanx formation, and that makes me happy. I do like this. So they made this Pokemon be a Pokemon from multiple, there's multiple creatures here. So each one of the Phalanx that are in a row is actually another Phalanx. So they just group up and you catch it all at once. They did this one right, but next generation, Mousehold, I don't know if they did that one as much because they're just this one isn't as obvious that it's multiple Pokemon. That one's way too obvious. Pincurchin, this just reminds me of a Pyukumuku, but sharp. That's how I think of this. Snom, dude. Snom gets to sit up in A tier, dude. Look at him. Got a butt face. What else do I need to say? Ice butt face? Hilarious. Frostmoth reminds me of an Ice Volcarona, but not as elegant. I guess it's more elegant, but not as powerful. Volcarona kind of gives this thing of doom or I'm gonna mess you up. Whereas Frostmoth, not so much. Stonejourner, man, they just gave Rock's eyes, which I guess that's what Geodude is in Graveler, but I don't know. Something about his legs maybe. It just doesn't look like the pieces should be moving like they do. At least with Geodude, he rolls, and Graveler has actual legs, and Golem also has arms and legs. Stonejourner is just individual pieces that, for whatever reason, are sentient together. Ice-Cube is this guy's name? It's kind of just like a penguin, and I'm not penguin block the chain. Once the ice comes off, it's just a penguin. So I don't really I guess some people could like it, think it's cute or adorable or whatever. Not for me. Indeedee just reminds me of a dark Autonote, and Autonote's bad, so it's going D2. Morpeko, probably one of the worst Pikachu clones, maybe behind like +1 Minun or something like that. But not my cup of tea. Cufant, I don't. His hat's weird, but it is a good solid elephant Pokemon, and Caparajah is like love. I've never used it, and if I used it, I might like it more. But its design is cool. I don't. The two things on the front of its head, don't know what that is. Don't know what it's supposed to mean. Not my cup of tea for the design, but I do like it. I do like its design just by looking at it. Never used it. So we got this Dracozolt. I don't even say it. Pretty much for all the fossils. I get that fusing two incomplete pieces of fossil happens a lot in real life archaeology, but why do they have to make them look so weird? Like, they're so weird. I guess when you fuse two things, they're not gonna look right, but like when we like take archaeology and we like mistake a piece for another, or like a piece of dinosaur for another dinosaur, they still make it look like a creature that could exist. These things just don't look. The only one that looks like it could exist is Arctofish, Arctofish, whatever. But the rest of them just look like they just want to die. That's really what all of them look like. I really don't care for these fossils, like any of them. I'll give Arctofish the only one that since it can look like it exists, right here. Duraludon, I've never used it, but man, is it cool. It's a lighter. It is Mechagodzilla, which for whatever reason they made a Mechagodzilla Pokemon in the next generation, but we actually have a different Pokemon that is Mechagodzilla. And when he evolves, or when he Gigantamaxes, he just becomes a giant building. Dreepy, solid pseudo legendary, like the little ghost dragon that he's got going on. Was it Dracolock? We have another case of kind of doing multiple Pokemon right, but it's weird that you get like a Dreepy with your Dracolock, and then when you get a Dracopult, you get multiple Dreepies. So you could just have 3 Dracopults eventually, just by evolving one Dreepy, which is kind of weird. I don't understand how that works, but I do like Dracopult a lot. I'm gonna put him behind Sizzlipede or Centiskorch. My bad, not Sizzlipede. This is Trunks. He's ready to take on Cell. Love. What was it? That's Zacian. These dogs were cool. The wolves were cool. Zamazenta, not too much. I mean, I played Sword. The shield face just. Yeah, but it's still a cool design. The colors work really well. But we're gonna attack. We ain't gonna defend. Score more points. That's how you win. Turnitus, almost makes you want to think it's like an Ultra Beast, even though like Ultra Beast wasn't in this generation. Does make you want to think that way. I like his design. I don't like its Gigantamax form as much as I like this form, but it is a solid Pokemon. Kubfu. Okay, again, what is with the standing bears? And then Urshifu is cool. Mixed martial arts bear, but why can't they have bears on all fours? And I say that, and I know dang well what's coming up. Zarude, monkey. I like monkeys. Grass monkey. Put him in both Dreadnought. Never using, being a mythical, never used him, so like don't have much. I can only go by design. He looks like an evil little grass monkey. That's my guy. I do like the new. I like Regieleki a lot. Regidrago not so much, because Regieleki has the lightning pulsing out of him, and I like that a lot. But like, why did they choose Dragon? We're gonna actually put him in B-ish, end of B, because like the dragon, like there's no like it's not an elemental force. Dragon's not an elemental force. I guess steel and ice or steel isn't, but like it's an element of some kind. Dragon's not. Everything else is like built in nature, and dragon is just like a creature in nature. I don't understand why they made dragon, and like its design of it being just a dragon head is kind of weird. This is Glacier. I don't know how to say this. I don't like these horses because I understand that like Calyrex is supposed to ride them, and that completes the Pokemon, but like by themselves they look so empty and just out of place. Calyrex. I also don't like Calyrex by himself. The legs. It's the legs. Like, you ain't riding horses with them toothpicks. Not a chance. Weird Ear, great design for the evolution of Stantler. Stantler needed something, and giving a weird deer is just great. I do like it. The white mane, white coat, everything about it. Cleavor, I like the Hisuian evolution so much. This one, giving me the axes, and making it again like Scizor, just like let's make him a rock instead of steel, like an ancient Scizor almost. I do like that idea a lot. Ursaluna, we get a pair on all 4 legs. Finally. I do like Ursaluna a lot. The fact that he's normal type still kind of sucks, but because it gives him, like, you know, that fighting weakness. But I guess it gives him a ghost immunity, and that's good too. I guess ground's not weak to fighting, so it balances out. But Ursaluna, I do like it a lot. I like it as much great improvement on Ursaring. Basculegion, so cool. Like, a bunch of things died to create Basculegion. Basculin needed an evolution, and they finally gave it some respect with Basculegion. Do not like Sneasler. Weavile's so much cooler. If you like Sneasler, you're weird. Goat is Overquill. The name is fantastic. The design is just a great improvement on Quillfish, and you know the colors just continue with Hisui and Quillfish's design. Loved it a lot. That's one of my favorite Pokemon. Enamorous. This doesn't make sense to me. I get that there was 4. Like there's real world like history to back it up, or not history, but like lore legends to back it up. But like, why is it love? There's 3 forces in nature, and then there's love. Love's not a force in nature. I don't get that. That it just doesn't sit right with me. But that is my Generation 8 Pokemon tier list. If you guys enjoyed and want to see more, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. And if you agreed or disagreed, let me know in the comments below. But until next time, peace.